Are we gonna pre-film all of these? Yes. And is this gonna be the first one of the day? Also yes. This is Mila Squonker, and today I am bringing you my worst and my best books, my least favorite and my favorite books of this year. I don't know how to word this. I don't know what I'm gonna title this. But anyway, first we're gonna start off with the best, because I feel like we should start off on a high note and then we should end on a low note. So yeah, we're just gonna start in chronological order from the beginning, because I feel like that's what we should start with. And the first book that I have that I enjoyed, I fairly much enjoyed, and the fact that it's also historical fiction is even greater, and that is Salt to the Sea by Rosa Bring. Haley over at Haley and Bookland, I mention her a lot because she's literally my favorite one, and she's like one of the first ones. But anyway, she really loves this book, and I can understand why she really likes this book. It's because there's just so much going on, and the chemistry in it is just really amazing, and I don't see a lot of hype for this book on BookTube, and it's really sad in my opinion. But anyway, it's taking place during World War II, and it's about these 4 teenagers who somehow all get matched up on this one ship that, oh my god, what's the ship called? It's the Wilhelm Gustloff? I think it's German. I don't know. But it's like an actual ship, and basically they abort it, and next thing you know, they are all like something happens to the ship, and yeah. So I enjoy this book quite a lot, and I wish more books were like this. I might read more of Rosa Bring's, because she did write Between Shades of Grey, which I think is also another World War II novel, but we shall see, because I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this quite a bit. It's actually an advanced reader copy, so if it's an advanced reader copy, I will, if I can find it, I will show my Kindle for that one, because that's where I read it on. And the next book I have is To Look a Nazi in the Eye, Teens Account of War Criminal Trial by Kathy Kaser, and this is actually a true story, and I was shocked because this was so true. Basically it's about this girl, and her family has ties to the Holocaust like my family does, and she gets to witness one of the people who threw away the suitcases, I think, of the Holocaust survivors that they never got back, and she gets to witness the trial, and she goes in Germany, and yeah, it's a really fantastic read, and I highly recommend it. And if you really love World War II, I highly recommend this book, because it's amazing, and I love it. I love it a lot. So, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. The next book I have is the start of a series, and it's a book that I've been meaning to read for quite some time. It's Anti-Darken by Kirsten White, and this is supposed to be a gender swap retelling of Vlad the Impaler, and basically you follow Vlada through her whole life, or like through part of her life, because there's a second book, and basically you get to see what it's like for her, and she falls in love, and it's so good, and she's just so badass, and I love it. And I really hope this gets turned into a movie or something, because I would love to see how whoever plays her, how they do. I really like the girl, I think her name is, it's the girl from It. If we can see her playing Vlada, I would love it. I would live for it, because it was so good. And I highly recommend it. The next book I have is another advanced reader copy, which is now out. Oh, by the way, all the advanced reader copies I'm talking about are already out. So if you want to go ahead and buy them, I can link their Goodreads down below, and a Goodreads also has where you can buy the novels, so I highly recommend it. But anyway, the next one is The Midnight Dance by Nikki Katz, and this one is about a girl who, she is in this elite, elite school, and next thing you know, her grandfather, who also happens to help care for her, all of a sudden just goes away, and sooner or later, like, she starts to find out the secrets of the school, and she's beginning, like, memory, like, lost here and there, and she knows something is up, but, like, she really can't do anything about it. So yeah, I really loved this book, and I loved how complex it was. It didn't go in a way I thought it was gonna go, and that's why I also think I really liked it. So I highly recommend it. I love this. I loved it. I loved it. We got 2 more books. Woohoo! The next book I actually had to read for a class, and I actually read it quite a bit, and that was Note to Self by Connor Franta, and this is his 2nd book. And can we all just talk about these end pages? Look how beautiful these end pages are! But basically, you get more in depth of Connor and his, like, personal feelings and what he has been through and what has happened within the last 2 years of a work in progress, which I also read this year. Again, I reread it for a class that dealt with this one. And basically, I loved it. And there's like one chapter in here, the little orange tab, that I tabbed it because he like literally just talks about how it's gonna be okay, you got this, just take deep breaths. And it's like literally him in his own words, and I feel like I'm just like hugging Connor Franta, and he's just like patting me on the shoulder and saying it's okay. And it's great, and I really like it a lot. So yeah, so I really like this one. I loved it. And the last book I have is actually a book I finished not too long ago, and I actually worked with a publishing company for this, and they're actually based in Illinois, which actually makes me like even happier. And I itching my heel, and that is Rosa Bring by Leah Shear. I am so sorry for mispronouncing your name, but anyway, this is about a girl named Rain, and she cares for her autistic brother, and she is just trying to live her normal life, and she also has she has a crush going on, and Ethan, the brother who's autistic, also has a crush on somebody, and she's just trying to adjust to life, and her family isn't doing so great. But when her mother falls ill, then she starts to realize that like her mom is also priority, but her mom is also like an environmentalist, meaning that like she's super naturey. I'll give you that. And then all of a sudden her father comes into picture because Ethan's been talking to him lately, and yeah, I loved this book. I think this book deserves the freaking Newbery Award. Every award you could possibly imagine, I think this book should get it, because it is probably the most accurate like character development of autism that I have seen ever. And usually I don't read a lot of books that feature stuff like that, or like feature disabilities, and I think the author did a very good job of it. She also did some medical terminology, and she did cite her sources, and you can tell she did her research with this, because she would talk about stuff that I didn't even know existed. And the plot twist, oh, that plot twist had me shook to the core. So if you are someone who is going into special ed, or knows someone who has autism and you want to read something that's like that, I highly recommend Rosa Bring for you, because it is such a fantastic book, and I recommend it. And yeah, so those are the 6 books apparently I have for you guys that I loved in 2017. And right after this, I'm gonna go pre-film the worst books of 2017. And I think we all know what's the worst book I read ever in 2017, if you know me personally, because I talk about it nonstop. And yeah, so be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. What were your favorite books of 2017? Make sure you comment them down below, and also give your opinions on them, because I would really love to know why you liked it. And yeah, have a discussion down there. Have a discussion. And yeah, my name is Gillian. I make videos whenever I can. This is also being pre-filmed, so if this goes up on a random day, you know why, because I pre-filmed this. I pre-filmed a whole bunch of videos, by the way. So yeah, I will see you guys next time.